you when we started the show 2 or 3 minutes ago that I want to snap my backwash shower braid. This is a shower braid. I'm going to tell you right off the top, because sometimes you all just want to know what's the deal today. You get a free gift today, but you have to spend $24.99. So $25. Anything you want on the site. And then the free gift you get is the gift set is the 8-ounce body wash Wild Orange Vanilla. Can you use this? It's so incredible. People go, body wash, soap. Yeah, before we went into the body wash and hand wash business, I thought, soap. And then I found out Yeah, well,
you're doing a great job telling us about the gift.
I know.
Okay. So you can talk.
All right. So I hope you can all hear. I'm starting to lose my energy. Oops. Oh, you just pulled this.
Oh.
You can't walk away when I'm plugged in.
Wow, no.
Or on. Okay, now pull. Okay.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. There you go. All right. You get a free gift today. But you have to spend $24.99 on anything. And you can, apply that to anything on the website. And for that, you get the full-size 8-ounce body wash. And I was just starting to tell you that when we first went into the body wash and hand wash business, and I thought, use soap. What do you have to need body wash for? Then I started thinking, where do you use soap? You use soap in your most private areas, don't you?
Your privates.
And we women, we've got, cavities and things.
Your privates.
Do you want chemicals and poisons in your, what else?
Your privates.
So that is why I'm suggesting you get this free gift, but that's not all. You get the shower braid. What is this? This is what you put behind your back, and you clean your neck and you clean your back, and if you shower alone. And I shower a lot with Al, but when I'm trying to keep my hair dry, I don't really like showering with Al because he likes to put his head under the whole thing like a dog and get spray all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's really fun when it's not really fun with a dog, is it?
Well, I've never had that experience personally.
Showering with a dog?
You must have. You brought it up.
No, you know what it is.
I do. I bathe with Chi-Chi.
You do? Bathe or shower?
I bathe. It's much easier for me just to get in with her, to bathe her.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about that, because I'll tell you why. I've seen, I'm just going to say it. I know she's your daughter. But I've seen dingleberries hanging from her white hair around her butt.
Yeah, so have I.
Chi-Chi, right? Have I seen dingleberries?
Yeah.
She does it.
Yeah, well, I clean her, and then I clean out the tub, and then I wash myself with your Cocoa Mango body wash.
And I hope the shower attachment. Right.
I did. I used that. I was trying to exfoliate my back, and I was able to use the shower braid to get it all scrubbed off, which was great.
Okay, Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
She's mortified that I mentioned her dingleberries.
Yeah, other people think it's gross too. A couple other people think it's gross.
Yeah, but
she's also, she's my dog, and she's old, and it's stressful for her.
If I were to imagine me taking a bath with Gloria.
Well, Gloria gets these dingleberries too. That's how I know.
I know.
Gloria has long white hair.
I know.
As they get older, they're not so good about cleaning themselves.
I know.
Lickety split.
Well, she seems to. She's either sleeping all day or she's licking herself all day, and she's got one foot in the air.
I know.
I don't know what that deal is with the 1 foot in the air.
What does it mean when your cat starts sleeping about 22 of the 24 hours? That's kind of where we're at.
And the rest of the time, when she's not sleeping, she's doing something with her private parts.
Well, she's cleaning. they're always cleaning.
So Diane Gregarian Musa says, no chemicals in my private. I use olive oil soap.
That's good too. That's something that we could add to our line, Caroline olive oil soap. I like that.
Or why don't we just,
Or do the coconut soap.
what if you just rubbed olive oil on it?
On what's it?
On your private parts.
That's your father-in-law, Caroline.
There it is.
Yeah.
Your shoulders are youthful.
The reason we did this special is because especially midsummer when everyone's skin is so dry, a lot of the reason your skin gets dry is because of the soap and the cleansers you're using. So your body wash is so moisturizing. And so that's why we thought it would be a nice thing to give people right now.
Yeah, my skin is not dry. My hair gets dry. So like last night before I went to bed, because I own the company, I put most of a bottle of the coconut oil on my hair, because what do I care? I got another 10 bottles in my armoire. But you don't need to use that much. I was just being excessive. But I can feel again. You know, yesterday it was like parched like the wind outside. This parched feeling. Today it's like, do you want to feel it, Al? Want to come over here and feel my hair?
Sure. I never miss an opportunity
Never.
to feel your
Is it a good way
hair.
for you to come?
Okay.
Okay, feel my hair. This is after all-night oil treatment.
And I'm not going to do my Biden impression.
No, it's old.
Okay,
It's old.
I'm not going to do that. You know, people think you wear, what do they call them?
Extensions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extensions. So,
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
The nice thing about my hair is you can't mess it up.
Well, I could.
You have.
I have.
You
and I
have.
could.
Yeah. Yeah. I love you, Alan.
I know you do. I
Wow.
love you too.
I know.
Yeah. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah. We're
I know.
hopelessly in love.
Hopelessly devoted to you.
I think.
That's my friend Olivia.
Okay.
You know, the era that I came from in television was so fantastic on so many levels. First of all, it'll never be like that again. 3 choices, that's all you had. NBC, ABC, and CBS. There was no social media, there was no, all this content did not exist. Cell phones didn't exist. And it wasn't that long ago, so it's not like I'm making myself ancient, but it's not like I hide my age. But in that era, we all knew one another because of there were only a few places you could go to find any of us. And so it was, you know, I see Marie is out there all the time still. She's still so prevalent and prominent and pertinent and talented, and Olivia Newton-John is so talented, and that silky sweet voice, and such an inspiration as a woman. And then what she did on Grease, I mean, being able to dance and sing with John Travolta, who is right up there with the most talented of all the talented people. John Travolta is a super, super talent. And you just think of John Ritter. John Ritter was so incredible. And I'm trying to think of Penny Marshall. I remember near the end of Penny's life, you know, one of the great things and the sad things about what I do for a living is having written so many books about cancer, and that what I think is an incredible book called Knockout, Doctors Curing Cancer Without Drugs. Man, that was such a success, and still the #1 book in China, although they don't pay you. They are clever about that, but I don't care. I'm really glad that the people get the information. I really am. I really am. But it was just such an incredible era to come to fame, prominence. My granddaughter Violet and I were lying in this room here last week, and she said to me, "Do you like being famous?" And I said, "I do." She said, "I can't think of anyone better to be famous than you." I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "You touch people." Did you know that she said that to me, Caroline?
That's so sweet. She just came down here and is having a carrot with some pesto.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
A carrot with some pesto.
Carrot with some
I'll bet
pesto.
kids all over America are having that today. Huh?
Well, Violet and I, what I really liked about her last couple of visits is we're having grown-up conversations, right, Violet? And I like it. It's time.
Well,
You're
Violet,
a woman now.
that's right, she's a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
WOMA.
Now remember when Daisy hit that stage and Camellia hit that? It's like it's time to stop talking to them like little girls. But as a grandparent, you don't see them all the time, so that you don't up the ante with your conversation until one day you look at them and you think, "Yeah, you're all grown up."
And you got hair. You have hair on your chest.
Yeah, I don't need to dumb it down in any way or talk down to you, especially talk down, you know. And all of our grandchildren have had the good fortune of being so educated. So it's been great, and I really loved our conversations. If you're listening, Violet, nod yes.
I have my earpiece in, so she can't hear, but your grandmother's saying glowing things about you, how much she enjoyed your visit.
So, Laura, the name of the book is Knockout.
Yeah.
Laura, the name of the book is Knockout. Mm-hmm. Laura wanted to know. That's another great song. Laura.
Knockout?
No, Laura.
Oh. Laura.
Da, 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 da.
Folks are asking if you have any stories about Regis.
Yeah.
I do. And Alan will fill in with this. So, Alan was business partners with Dick Clark. Another person I will miss for the rest of my life. And Dick Clark and his wife Carrie, who actually we're having lunch with
Yep.
on Saturday or Sunday or Monday.
We don't have to announce it.
Yeah, right. We all became fast friends, the four of us. And Dick Clark loved Regis Philbin. And at that time, I used to be kind of a regular showing up on the ABC LA morning show, which Regis hosted with Sarah, I can't remember Sarah's last name, blonde Sarah, really
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
really nice girl, I really liked her. Smart. There are all those morning hosts. You think of all the hosts that Regis has had, Kathy Lee and Sarah, God, was it Purcell?
Sarah Purcell.
Sarah Purcell.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good. Okay,
yeah.
the lithium kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to be quick and sharp to sit next to a Regis Philbin or a Dick Clark or an Alan Hamill, all of whom had co-hosts, but it was all about them, really. And so I would do Regis's show regularly. I don't know if I was writing books at that time, but maybe I was. And I was on Three's Company, and I was just doing a lot of extracurricular things. And so I was on Regis's show one morning, and I said, Dick and Carrie are coming for dinner Friday night. Do you and Joy want to come? Yeah. Okay. So give them the address and everything. We double check. Great, great, great. So Dick and Carrie come over, and we have a cocktail waiting for Regis and Joy, who are kind of late. But it's not so late.
Well, at that point, it was like an hour and a half.
No, not
late.
yet. It wasn't that late yet. But now we're getting into the hour. It's kind of late. Hour and a half, you're late. You're late. And so now I happen to have Regis's phone number, so I call him and go, hi. He answers at home. I go, hi. He goes, hi. I said, so we're all here. He said, where's here? And I said, our house for dinner tonight for 6 people. 2 of them are you and Joy. And he went, oh no. And I think it was Joy's fault, or at least, guys always say it's my wife's fault. And so for the next 2 to 3 weeks, Regis's monologue every morning was the longest, funniest apology to Alan and I and Dick Clark and Carrie for missing the dinner, and it's Joy's fault, and if Joy had remembered, and Joy didn't write it down, and Joy and Joy and Joy and Joy and Joy. So anyway, we had a lot of fun with that one for a long time. So that's one of my many, many Regis stories.
Actually,
yeah,
it just reminded me of another story having nothing to do with Regis.
yeah.
is we invited Rodney Dangerfield and his wife over for dinner.
Dangerfield,
Okay,
another
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, come for dinner.
So he and the wife arrived with a big bottle of champagne a week before the dinner.
Yeah.
And we were working somewhere in Reno or somewhere. And of course, no one answered our front door, right? So he started.
He figured he had the wrong.
Yeah, he started reading, pushing on people's doorbells next door, and they're looking out and saying,
when you open your front door and it's Rodney
right,
Dangerfield
exactly,
saying
right.
the magnum of champagne.
Yeah.
So,
We had 2 fun nights with Rodney Dangerfield. The other one, the most fun I've ever had, staying up all night, was Rodney Dangerfield.
You can't cook while we're doing the show.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, well, while we're holding on, here's the deal today, okay?
I'm muted. You're good.
You get Cocoa Mango Body Wash and the Shower Braid, which is a $40 value, and all you have to spend is $25. It's a great deal.
It's a great deal.
Yeah,
you get this.
Yeah.
This is your free gift, which is $39.99 for this, but all you have to spend on anything you want to get this free gift.
This thing
is $24.99.
Wow.
We like to make.
So you hold this.
Coming to our cocktail party worth it on a lot of levels.
So you hold this at either end, right?
Yeah.
And then you go back and forth on your back. Is that it?
Yeah.
Can you use it on your private parts?
I'm sure you will figure that out.
Wow.
I'm sure. If you can.
Wow.
Yes.
So Suzanne, we have a friend named Brenda Marie Green. She said, my grandma was friends with your mom and used to babysit you. Do you remember a babysitter named Hazel?
Was she a maid?
No. My mother didn't have a maid.
We have a babysitter for Suzanne named Hazel.
Wow, I don't remember that. My parents went out maybe once or twice a year, and usually my brother and sister were forced to take care of their bratty little sister.
Oh, you mean your parents went out on a date, the 2 of them?
Yeah, but
Wow.
it was usually with a group, with a crowd. They didn't go out on dates. She would have loved it. You know, my mother was a romantic.
Yeah.
And that's we are so romantic that I think that's one of the big losses in my mother's life, that she was such a romantic. She wanted to be swept off her feet. And then I guess my dad...
Well, she kind of was.
Yeah, she was. I guess my dad, I've written these books about him because he had a terrible disease called alcoholism. And you got to have empathy for addicts and alcoholics. They don't want to be that. And so I used to say to her when we'd have these just terrible nights that I've written about in my book, Keeping Secrets. You want to read about alcoholism? That's the most raw book on alcoholism you'll ever read, because...
And we made it into a movie.
We made it into a movie. I took you in the closet with me.
It also started the Children of Alcoholics movements.
I did start the Adult Children of Alcoholics movement. I'm very proud of that. I started 2 movements, the Adult Children of Alcoholics and the Bioidentical Hormone movement. I'm really proud of both of those because they've been real forces to reckon with. But anyway...
There's a movement joke in there somewhere, but I won't go for it.
Going there.
I won't go for it.
I know. God, I just know you so well. You're so predictable, but I love that about
No, I'm not.
I love it.
No.
Anyway.
My friend was the PR person at Caesars. We'd be backstage with Rodney and Jay Leno. Then Rodney would say, let's see what he would say. Come on. Rodney would say, go to the Trop after, and I'd pretend to be having a drink, and in Rodney fashion, he'd pretend to run after me around the bar over and over. The poor tourist and then what? The poor tourist had no idea what was happening but cracking up. So is that the end of the story? Maureen Flanagan, one of yours? Maureen Flanagan.
But you know what, Maureen, I get it. It's like, it was a golden era, wasn't it? The decades I spent in Las Vegas are some of my favorites. Once we realized that I was a headliner there and we were going to work there and we loved it so much, and Alan is an amazing producer. Amazing. Man, does he get show business. And once we realized how much we loved it working there, I didn't really want to go back to television. Vegas was so much more fun. What's more fun than every night selling out 2 shows a night with people who are, they're gracious and they've got gratitude and they stand up and you get a standing ovation and then there's always a party in your dressing room after. I mean, go back to TV? I don't know. And the money was about the same, so it didn't make any difference to me. People always said, oh, when are you coming back to television? I go, I don't know. I don't know if I want to.
No, I mean, the whole reason you came back to television was because of Tom and...
Tom Miller and Bob Boyette.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, what great men.
Yeah.
Tom Miller died last year. Tom Miller and Bob Boyette brought us some of our greatest sitcoms, Happy Days.
Was there Laverne? No, theirs wasn't
No, that was
Laverne
Gary
show.
Marshall.
Yeah, Happy Days.
Who a month before Gary Marshall died, there are 2 people on my bucket list that I wanted to work with in television that I didn't really. I got to work with Norman Lear once in a very low capacity. I was hired with a 1-line part. I wasn't Suzanne Somers yet. And I got to tell him that last year. He's alive. He's not gone. But I always wanted to do a series with Norman Lear, one of the greatest comedy writers of all time. And I loved working with Tom Miller and Bob Boyette, and I wanted to do another show with them. And then at this Television Arts Academy thingy, where they brought in everybody who had ever been on the cover of TV Guide to take one of those big group pictures. And so Gary Marshall was there, and Gary Marshall, because he's produced so many shows, he's Penny Marshall's brother, by the way, an amazingly talented family. And Gary Marshall had a distinct way of talking, and he came up to me and he goes, so I have this idea. There's idea. I said, yeah. I said, for a series for you. And I thought, oh, I've been waiting for this for 40 years, yeah? He said, let's talk about this like in the next couple of weeks. And then he died. I know it's a sad story, but at least I got the satisfaction of knowing that he knew we were going to be an incredible fit together. And the reason I brought up Gary Marshall is that Penny Marshall died of cancer. And when she was diagnosed, that's the call I get. Even if I don't know the person, if they're in the business, if you're in our business, show business, there's an unwritten thing that we all kind of know one another. Like if I can call anybody in show business and it wouldn't be weird. And so I'm always getting calls out of the blue. And when it's somebody that's well known who I don't know, but I don't know them, it's usually that they have cancer. And Penny had cancer, and it was bad. And
well, she was a chain smoker.
Yeah, she had lung cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't smoke. You know, the things that we love the most really are, in many cases, the worst for us.
Yeah, I used to enjoy smoking.
You were the coolest. You were the coolest smoker there ever was. He would hold his cigarette right in here like this. I got to show you a picture. Are there pictures in this book, A New Way to Age, Alan? I don't think I put pictures.
I don't think
Should I put pictures? No, there's no picture. Okay. There's a picture of Alan and I guess I was like 20 or 21, and I had flown down to have dinner with him. I would have flown anywhere as long as he bought me the ticket. And Hank Saroyan was over. Hank Saroyan's a good friend. Crazy, wacky, wonderful, but crazy, wacky, wonderful, and a great photographer. And he was just shooting us.
And funny.
And so funny. And he was shooting pictures of us, and I just jumped up and threw my arms around Alan and my legs around his waist. And that's one of my most fun pictures, because it just says who we were at that time and how delicious it was, and always has been. So great. Anyway, those are like stories off the top of my head, and it all started with Regis Philbin. And if I had to go into my brain, I could tell you another 10, 20 Philbin stories. I'll tell you this, and I wrote this in my tribute to him. The word dear comes to mind when you think of Regis Philbin. Not hi dear, not that. Dear. What a dear person. What a charmer.
Also,
he came off as this angry curmudgeon. He wasn't. He was.
No, he wasn't.
He was. Oh.
I never heard anyone in the business ever say anything bad about Regis. Ever.
Right.
Ever.
You know what's fun to think of? Regis and Dick are up there finally having dinner together.
That's right. That's right.
That's a nice thought.
Yeah, you remember the day that you did his morning show on ABC with Kelly, Regis and Kelly?
Oh, yeah.
And they were on the street barbecuing.
Oh, yeah.
And you were their barbecue guest, and I was
like one of my 8th summer's high school.
And I was standing sort of just off camera. Mm-hmm. And what did he say? And what did she say?
He said, you were standing, we're on the street, so you don't like it because it's not secure. Alan had his sunglasses on and he had his arms crossed like this, and Regis says, look at Hamill. It's like her own Secret Service guard there. And Kathy Lee said, that's because he's watching out for his little cash cow. I remember thinking, was that nice, Kathy?
It was funny.
Was that nice? Was that fun? Yeah. Looking out for his little cash cow. But you know what's great about Kathy Lee? I hope she's watching. She has a way of kidding on the square that's so perfect. And that was kidding on the square. Kathy Lee is great. Great talent. I think I was listening to an interview she did the other day, because there are a lot of interviews about Kathy Lee right now because of her association with Regis. And I sensed from these interviews that she has not become what it was she craved to become, which is a singer and a dancer and an entertainer. And I think she's become that. But I know from having...
Who, Kathy?
Yeah.
She's written a couple of Broadway shows.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But she wanted to be the out front person. I understand that. When I listened to her talking about that, I thought, I get it. There is nothing, if you love to perform, there's nothing more enjoyable than walking to center stage and owning it. It's about owning it. It's about owning it. So these are all people that I love, people that are, some are here, some are gone. Tom Miller, Bob Boyette, one of the greatest comedy writing, producing duos of all time.
And Bob Boyette moved to New York for the sole purpose of producing Broadway shows. Mm-hmm. And he's had one major hit after another after another. Yeah. He really understands. He's the taste bud of America when it comes to what to present to people.
Such an elegant, classy guy.
Yeah.
Working with them was so great. And when I went on, I was fired from Three's Company because I wanted to be paid what the men were being paid. I'm actually tired of telling the story. But when I went to...
That's 32C.
Yeah,
so from now on, all you have to say is 32C. Okay.
So when I took the job on Step by Step, I hadn't been on television for a while.
10 years.
And so I didn't have what they call a TVQ.
12 years.
Meaning, how do you rate with the viewing public? Do they remember you? Are you important to them? Which was hard for me because I had been, top of the heap, king of the hill or queen of the hill or whatever it was. But I knew that. And so I took the deal they offered. And it was a fair deal. It was really fair. But Patrick Duffy, my TV husband, my other great husband, by the way. Don't get jealous, Alan. He was a great husband. Alan loved Patrick as much as me. I hope Patrick's watching. And I wouldn't expect to be paid what Bobby Ewing was being paid, because Patrick was taken off of Dallas at the height of, and so they paid him what they paid him. I never asked. I didn't care. It wasn't my business. Year 2, Tom Miller and Bob Boyette come to my dressing room, and last time that happened, I got fired. So I went, what? And they said, you are just just pulling in the ratings. You and Patrick are on a par out there, and so we want to pay you commensurate with what we're paying Patrick. We want to pay you.
That never happens.
What
never happens.
What never happens is you get that knock on your door. He doesn't mean they didn't make it come true. So all of a sudden I went from what I was being paid, which was very fair. I was very happy. And all of a sudden I'm making the biggest bucks in television that I ever made, and I deserved it. I really honestly don't think it's about being a female. I think what it is about, be paid commensurate with the amount of business that you do. I was bringing in...
Yeah, but it wasn't like that with the producers of Three's Company.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. But I was being paid now on step by step.
They thought women should be home, okay? Should be at the home, okay?
But you know what? With all this...
Looking after things at the home,
but they're not
okay?
far off.
And doing the cleaning and the cooking and looking after the kids and doing all the driving to lessons and soccer.
I was talking to one of my grandsons about this the other day, about when the women went to work, the fatherless home became more and more prevalent. And that hasn't served our children well.
That happened in the 60s during the vanguard of the women's movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was working with a woman who produced one of the series I was doing. And we took a break in the summertime, and in the fall when we came back, she was wearing a double-breasted Glen Check men's suit with big shoulders, and she had a cigar. No. I'm not kidding.
Cigar?
She was smoking a cigar.
Oh no.
Okay, and that was her statement saying, I'm not a guy.
Yeah.
But I want to be paid like a guy. And don't think of me in terms of being a homemaker or a housewife, etc.
One of the greatest things that Martha Stewart did for all of us was she elevated the art of making a home. And she's the one who re-implanted in all our brains how amazing it is for your children and your husband and your family to come home and the house is filled with great smells, and the house is clean and tidy, and bouquets of flowers. And don't we all love it? We all love it. And so, for what we've achieved, we've lost, and our job as women is to equalize that, find that happy medium of. I absolutely believe that women should work. I will work in woman. But how do we find that happy balance? And, right now in our life, Alan and I, we work together, which is so incredible. We have this great partnership, and we have this great business together, and no one's getting hurt, and no one's getting the short shrift. And so that's the challenge for the next generation of young women and young men. It's not all on the women's shoulders.
So Nicole Hart
Nicole
wants to know if you're going to do more movies, and she hopes you will be. And should we announce the movie we're doing? Should we announce that? So Suzanne is going to be doing a XXX rated movie. Okay.
Okay, so this is Alan lying.
And
go ahead with your lying.
And you'll be able to buy it on Netflix. Netflix. Of course, Netflix now is horrified. No, they won't. We don't have any.
Does that make you proud, Caroline?
So great.
Yeah, so great.
Love that.
Mommy, would you love to see Mommy doing a nude love scene? That is so great.
Some big careers have been launched with those sex tapes.
Yeah.
No, but
that's not where my big career is.
No, I remember the day you said to me, I have an idea. I said, what is that idea? And you said, why don't we produce in one of our local theaters in LA, Mrs. Robinson. What is it called?
The Graduate.
The Graduate. Why don't we produce The Graduate, in Los Angeles, one of the local theaters? And I said, oh, that's great, Suzanne. So every night you're going to be naked in bed with some young guy, right? Oh, that'd be really, I'll come to the theater every night.
I only played dumb.
That'd be great. Okay.
Now, you know what? I never enjoyed love scenes. It's not my thing. I'm not an exhibitionist in that way.
Well, no, you did once. You came home. We were doing that movie. I can't remember what it was called. And Anthony Hopkins was in it. And there was a love scene. And I said to you, I'm not coming in on Tuesday because you're doing the love scene. I don't want to be there. And when you came over, I said, how did it go? And you said, Anthony Hopkins is one of the great kissers. I thought, oh, great. My wife was in bed all day kissing Anthony Hopkins.
Well, he did have like
who's now the Pope. He's the Pope now.
Yeah, he had he had nice lips.
Actually, for you, it would have been even cooler to kiss him as the Pope, wouldn't it? Huh?
That makes me nervous. That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I just never enjoyed it. Even with Patrick and I did a lot of love scenes, kissing scenes, but they were sitcom love scenes. So he was always directing the shows, so we'd be kissing, and he'd be going, move to the left, just move to the left or a little bit, just turn your head this way a little bit. And after the show, I always go, that was such a turn on, Patrick. I don't know. It's weird doing love scenes worse in a film, on a film. A film, now you got 30 to 60 people around, all with their own individual jobs, and you're all trying to act like you're not seeing what you're seeing, and you got to do it right, don't you? Otherwise, you look like you're a crappy lover, and so you don't want to look like you're a crappy lover or a crappy kisser. At the same time, you don't want to look like you're too good at it. And then I always think, how would I feel if Alan was doing it? I didn't like it when you used to kiss that French girl.
Oh, are we going to?
It's okay to bring up Anthony
We're gonna dredge up the French girl. Okay.
He'd start every show.
What's amazing is what's really amazing.
Yeah, like you don't remember.
No, it's like women have this ability that men don't have.
What is that?
Women have a file in the labyrinth of their brain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they have filed away.
Yeah.
Moments when they know that there'll be an opportunity to have to call up those moments. Okay, like just now, she called up the French girl. Okay, that was what? That was like 45 years ago.
Oh no, 50.
50 years ago.
First year we met.
Okay, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
You called up the French girl. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you've kept that in
She
the
was
labyrinth.
very nice to me though.
Well, because she was, she
I think
was.
she had a crush on you. She
Well-
had a crush on you.
Well,
Sweetie pie.
well.
And you can feel it when somebody's got a crush on your boyfriend or your partner or your husband.
And you
can
wonder.
feel it.
You wonder.
Yeah.
So anyway, Joan Gervatowski says, Al, you are so bad many times, even though you think you are being funny. And then Veronica Sundram says he has an insensate sense of humor. He makes no sense. Susan is so beyond him. Is that right, Susan?
I am. I'm beyond you.
Susan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Susan
I'm
is.
going to hang in there and stay with you even though I'm behind you.
Susan's beyond me.
Yeah.
Too far for some folks tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the privates thing. It's all right. You
That
got.
was the triple X. They said you were too much of a lady for him to bring that up.
Well, thank you. And it was a lie.
No, that'd be a hit. That'd be a major
What
hit.
do you say?
They said he's a drunk. That is nasty. Your remarks are not cool.
I'm proud. I'm proud of that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I forgive him. You know that.
It's humor.
You know that on the cross, Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Forgive him,
Who said that?
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, that was his ultimate. That was his lesson in forgiveness to us. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
I don't have trouble forgiving people. I just eliminate them from my life.
There you go. That's so.
That's the end. Yeah. Goodbye.
Hey guys, Brenda was asking what the product is.
Oh.
She missed it. She came in late.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Okay, here's the
And then-
deal.
And then I want to speak in defense of Alan Hamill.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, here's the deal.
You've got
If
cat
you-
hair.
if
How
you
did
spend-
get cat hair on this down here? She's never been down here.
If you know what? I combed her today, and she really liked it. And I had about 14 pounds of hair
Yeah.
off this
You got
cat.
Cat hair on?
You know what it is? You know how I knew she needed to be combed?
How
Like
do you know that?
because she had like a little vomit all over the floor, right?
Isn't that great?
In the middle of the night when you're sleeping and you hear,
You paint such a beautiful picture.
People are having dinner right now and going, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal, okay? You
I love him. I love him.
You get the Cocoa Mango body wash and the shower braid for anything over $25. It's a great deal. It's a great deal, okay?
Well, and here's the gift. If you spend $24.99 on anything, what's your favorite? You know what's really great? Nasal Renew. Do you have a lot of allergies right now? This is it's not for allergies. It's just that the microbiome in the sinus cavities and the eyes and all those things that control that mechanism, the microbiome's got to be perfectly balanced.
I know you're talking about me, aren't you?
Well, yeah, because you have an imbalance.
I know.
When he starts sneezing or his eyes get red or watery or he blinks or anything like that.
My eyes don't get red and watery anymore. They used to.
Okay.
Yeah. I sneeze.
Okay, you sneeze.
You know,
I say to him,
yeah.
do I have to say it? And then this is the only little tiff we have. We have it pretty much every day. He goes, I already took it. When? This morning. Well, take it again. No, I already took it. And I go, it's not a drug. It's like taking a probiotic, but a probiotic for your sinus cavity.
I take
I
take so many Nasal Renew
know.
that I'll bet I'm the best customer for Suzanne Summers Organics.
I bet.
Yeah.
And then you just take them for free.
Yeah.
And you know what I really like taking? Oh, I really like taking
So here's what I want to say in defense of Al, and then I'll tell you about the free gift you're going to get. He's so loyal and so true and so unscrewed up and so smart and so successful, and none of that means anything to him. He lives his life his way. He doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. We all spend way too much time worrying about what people think about us. He doesn't. He just cares that I love him, that his family loves him. That's really what you care about, isn't it?
Yes, you're my first and second and third priority, okay? And then everybody and everything else comes after that. And I'm not putting down everything and everybody else after that. It's that we spend 24/7 together. We have not spent a minute apart in over 40 years. And it's just, we are one. We are bonded together. And I know it's unusual. And I know that our kids sometimes look at our relationship and think, I don't know if I want that or not. Well, maybe, I don't know I don't know. But I'll tell you, it's an important thing. And I never thought I would be part of this incredible alliance we have. That's really great.
I like, as the matriarch and patriarch of our family, I like that our grandchildren all can look to us and admire what we have, and maybe that's what they want.
Maybe.
It's whatever they want.
Well, we don't. I mean, we think they admire, but you know, when
they admire.
when they go away, they go.
No, they don't. No, they
You
don't.
believe?
Carolyn, I think they admire us.
You believe those two old?
No.
No, of course they admire you. And I think, there are a lot of different kinds of relationships, and, the ideal relationship is different for every couple, I think.
Yeah.
And I think what you two have is beautiful, but I think if people do it a different way, it doesn't mean that it's, that might be the way that works for them better. But you two have something just so beautiful, and I love that you're both so happy. That's
all I want them to love, is that we're both so happy, and that happiness is attainable, because, God, everybody's, really, when you ask people, what's eluding them, for most people, happiness is eluding them. And I feel so grateful to have found happiness. And I grew up unhappy, because...
Of course, until you met me.
Probably.
Yeah, and there was
Probably.
Hello, big boy.
That was a great day. That was a really great day.
Yeah.
So here's the gift you get. If you spend $29.99 on anything, huh? $24.99. I just wanted to see if Caroline was listening.
She knew it was 99 though, didn't you?
I was close.
That's right.
$24.99, just a little under $25.
Let's call it $25.
But $24.99 feels like
Sounds
less
better.
than.
Well, it's only 24.
And
Yeah.
anything you like, anything you want, any supplement, any product, anything. Get a thigh master. Get anything. Get whatever you want. Get a face master. Get a face master. Get a face. Who would I be?
That's a different website.
And that's a different website. Don't even think about it.
You don't get the gift for that.
Do not even think about how stupid I was to say something like that. Anyway, when you spend $24.99 on the right website, you get this for free. And if you haven't tried the body wash, you're going to really be happy that you tried it. And it's going to come with a pump, so you have the pump. And also comes the shower braid, which is how you get your back, all the dry skin off your back. You know, I did this to Alan last week. I actually put our exfoliating, the sugar scrub on his back.
I mean, are you telling people that the two of us were naked in the shower with our private parts?
Forgive him.
You know what else I would say about your body wash, Suzanne?
What?
When we were kids, we were always taught to be squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Squeaky clean was something that we were constantly told with cleaning our bodies, cleaning our houses.
Hair should be squeaky clean.
And squeaky clean is when you strip your skin or
Of
strip
all
your
oil.
hair. And you use all those things that are such harsh cleansers, and you don't use any of those chemical cleansers, and that's why your product is so nice on your skin, because it's actually moisturizing.
Listen to what Caroline says. She's right. And I'm so proud of our products. I'm so proud that all of our products are made in the United States. I think that's really important. I'm so proud of the message and the branding we put out. And we're a small business, but we're a mighty one. And I wake up every day feeling lucky for all the blessings in my life.
Well, I'm really happy that you were able to do a show today. You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And
How do I look? How do I look?
my sister, I barely even notice anymore when he's bad Al. I just kind of roll with it.
I know.
Bad Al.
I know.
Bad Al.
Come on over and get in the picture before we say goodbye, Al.
Okay.
And let them see how cute you look today. He looks adorable.
Yeah, this is
Wearing
my-
a hot
You guys both look so cute.
This is my red day.
pink shirt.
I don't know how it happened, but everything I pulled out of the closet today was
I
red.
just want you to know this is not red, it's hot pink, but whatever. And you can't see, but
Well, it's reddish.
I have on my leopard leggings, but they kind of probably blend in with the chair. But if you can see through the glass top,
But she has
do you
sort
think
of,
I like leopard?
she has sort of sparkly, what are those shoes called?
Flip-flops.
Sparkly gold
Gold.
flip-flops.
And I have my beautiful gold cuff, which I bought for myself.
Oh, you could buy a house with this thing.
You could.
Okay. I didn't buy it for her.
No, it was one of my best sellers.
Okay. She insisted on buying it herself. Wasn't my idea.
No.
Okay.
No, because I've had so many bestsellers, and we're married, so what I earn is what I earn, and what he earns is what he earns, and we throw it all into one pot. So I never get a sense of that I made any money. So I started saying I would like every time I have a bestseller to buy myself a fabulous piece of real jewelry. So this was Breakthrough. You know my book Breakthrough? That's Breakthrough.
Yeah.
And it's got, it's a Kathy Waterman piece, and it's got diamond leaves and a couple of rubies and little ones, not big ones, but no.
Just a little simple bracelet.
Yeah, well, when you see where I grew up, this is a big deal to have a bracelet like this.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful bracelet. I love my life, I love my husband, I love my family, I love you, Caroline, I love all of you out there, I love the food I get to eat, I love my work, I just feel fulfilled. So
Wow.
you're my husband.
So what are you doing after the show?
I'm going to be with you.
Okay.
Okay.
I love you too.
I love you. Good night, everybody.
Well, back tomorrow. Alan's cooking his famous
Hot dogs,
Watermelon
yeah.
Pacific.
Yeah. And then we're going to fry an egg on the sidewalk.
Don't miss the hot dogs tomorrow.
Don't miss, and Alan's going to eat the egg on the sidewalk.
Because this isn't like regular hot dogs,
No.
okay? Most of you know
This
what they
won't be
are,
like any
but
regular
those of
day.
you who do not know what they are, don't miss tomorrow.
Yeah.
These hot dogs are killer.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Take care.